The global balance of power is shifting fast. In 2025, more countries than ever are moving away from US influence and leaning into China's expanding power, money, and promises. Today, on Stories for You, we count down 10 countries ditching the USA for China, and what it means for the world's future. For decades, America was the most popular kid in school. But now, China's the new contender, flexing economic muscle and offering deals with fewer strings attached. Countries are playing the field, using the rivalry to their advantage. We'll look at 10 examples of this shift, stories of strategy, survival, and ambition. From Southeast Asia to South America, nations are redrawing the map of global influence. It's a complex, fascinating, and sometimes messy story. So, grab your popcorn. We're diving into the countries swiping right on China. First up, Thailand. Once America's steadfast ally in Southeast Asia, Thailand has pivoted sharply. In 2024, they joined BRICS Plus, signaling a new allegiance with China and Russia. By 2025, they're buying Chinese submarines, holding joint military exercises, and even deporting Uyghur refugees back to China. A bold political statement. For the US, this is a wake-up call. Their influence in Thailand is being replaced, not just reduced. In April 2025, Xi Jinping toured Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia, not for sightseeing but to lock down the region. He offered massive trade and security deals, outshining US offers that come with lectures on democracy. Vietnam and Malaysia, once balancing both powers, are now leaning hard into Chinese investment and infrastructure. Cambodia, always close to China, is doubling down with more military support. Southeast Asia's message: they're picking the side that's closer and richer. In Central Asia, the Stans Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan are now China's economic backyard. China's Belt and Road Initiative has transformed the region with highways, railways, and pipelines. Trade with China now dwarfs ties with Russia or the US. It's a quiet takeover, no armies, just concrete and steel. The old Russian and American influence is fading fast. In South America, Brazil is breaking free from the dollar's grip. They're deepening currency swaps with China, trading directly in yuan instead of US dollars. At the Global South Summit, Brazil's president openly praised Beijing and called for a new world order. Brazil is charting its own course, one that's heading east. Across Africa, countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Algeria, and Uganda have joined BRICS Plus and are diving into trade with China. They're bypassing the Western financial system, trading in yuan and using Chinese investment to build roads, power grids, and digital networks. For these African giants, it's about development with fewer strings attached. In West Africa's Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have kicked out Western troops and formed their own security alliance. Now they're turning to China, Russia, and Iran for military support. No lectures, just hardware. It's a dramatic pivot, redrawing the region's security map and betting on new power players. Say, Indonesia and Malaysia, key ASEAN members, are shifting trust toward Beijing. They're adopting Chinese tech, investing in yuan, and joining Beijing-led security talks. They still want US investment, but the economic powerhouse they trust most is China. Ecuador, once closely tied to the US, is now welcoming Chinese investment in mining and transport. The president's trip to China sealed major deals and pushed for more trade in yuan. For Ecuador, it's about diversifying partnerships and playing the great power game to their advantage. Argentina, long battered by debt crises, is now paying for Chinese imports directly in yuan. The central bank is holding more Chinese currency than ever, as dollar reserves shrink. It's a quiet financial revolution that's reshaping Latin America's economic landscape. South Africa, a BRICS founder, is deepening its alliance with China. They're prioritizing China-led infrastructure, especially in green energy, and using local currencies in trade. Politically, South Africa aligns with China, making the partnership a cornerstone of its foreign policy. 10 countries, one clear theme: the world is changing. The US is no longer the only option. China's rise is transforming alliances, trade, and global power. For many, it's about national interest and better deals, not anti-Americanism. The big question: what does a world with two superpowers look like? Will competition bring better deals or tougher choices? The story isn't over. The US still has immense power but must adapt. Let us know what you think in the comments, subscribe and stay curious for more stories.